So this week's plan with me in my EC sampler pack is a horizontal week. And I'm going to be completely out of my comfort zone. So if you're interested, stick around. Okay, so before I get started, let's look over last week. Last week was the first week in this sampler pack, and it was a vertical, and I struggled because one, I don't plan in a planner this big. I have a personal rings that I use now, and I've I've quickly fallen in love with this tiny mini planner. I have a full flip through of that on my channel. I will link it below. But anyways, so this was a challenge that I'm doing. This is the EC sampler pack, and I was going to challenge myself to plan each week in this until the end of it. And last week was the vertical, which it went fine. I remember now why I liked it so much, why I stuck with it for probably almost 3 years when I first became a decorative planner with the EC vertical. Yeah, you know, I used it every day. Basically, I'd kind of filled it out initially, and then every day I put in what I need to do task wise. And then this bottom section here is food, fitness, like basically all my food, steps, if I did any activity, my Apple Watch stats. And then this bottom section was what we watched or read later that evening once my kids, you know, disappeared into their room because they're teenagers and they're like, yeah, we're out. Yeah, so I'm filming this on Friday because we have a really packed weekend. Actually, some stuff has come up, and so I know I won't be able to do it. So I'm doing this on Friday, so that's why the rest of this is not filled out. But like I said, every morning I've been sitting down and making sure that it's filled out, and I'm using it, and so far it's been going great. So now this week, or for next week, is going to be horizontal. I'm already stressed. Mainly because like my current planner is like a Hobonichi style. Like in my everyday carry, it's a Hobonichi style layout. So it's not like the concept is foreign to me, like a horizontal. It's just that it's a tiny space. This is a ginormous space. But I do think this is helpful for people that don't really have a whole lot of daily plans, and they just really need to keep track of like high level like tasks and appointments. This is perfect. It's plenty of space to write, and you can put high level items here or decorate here or weather. I'm going to use this because I do like to track my food and my movement. And as I explained in my last video doing this, I'm pre-diabetic and I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to stop that from, you know, evolving into full diabetes. So I am tracking what I'm eating. I'm tracking how much I'm walking, how much I'm doing, and all that stuff. So I think I'm going to use these side boxes for that. Now, one of the goals I had for myself was, you know, obviously to use this to plan with me, but also to show people how they could use it. But also to show people that you don't have to use stickers. You don't have to use anything fancy. You could just buy a planner and use it. So I am going to pull in obviously some materials that do cost money. So there's that. I mean, but ultimately I'm just going to be using pen and some sort of colored marker, dot marker or something like that. And then this one sheet of weather stickers that I made like a year or so ago, just so I could have them. Like, I mean, you don't need them. I could draw the weather, but I have them, so I'm going to use them. And I think that's it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to match my dot marker. This is kind of like a very dark green. I know the lighting in here is not great and it's not picking it up. It almost probably on camera looks like dark gray, but it is a dark green. And so I have these dot color markers, and I think this one's going to be the match, but you never know. You never know. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this intro page here to do a quick color, like color matching, and to see, this one is called grayish green. That's a really good description of what this weekly is called. Oh, this is pale turquoise, so no, that's not going to work. And then this one is pale moss. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell that. I don't know if that's going to pick up, but yeah, I think the grayish green is going to be the winner. So we will pick that for tasks and lists. And then I'm not quite sure if I need a Tombow, but I thought I'd just see. No, that's not going to work. These are the only 2 green Tombows I have. That's not bad. Doesn't really, I just won't use it. It's fine. I don't need a Tombow. I just thought I'd pull out just in case I needed to highlight something that might be nice, but this is it. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use my Pentel Energel X in the 0.5. I love this pen. This is what I use for anything that's like this EC paper, anything that's a little thicker. I love this pen. I love how like rich the ink is on certain paper, especially this one. So first thing I'm going to do is the weather. I went ahead and wrote everything down and I do pre-do the weather. It doesn't matter to me if it changes. I know weather changes. It's fine. I just like to have a general idea, basically like if it's going to rain or not. And so I just put it there. So Monday, it looks like it will be rainy. I'm going to do this under the numbers because I don't like on these horizontal planners how the lines go all the way underneath the number, because then when I want to write something, I just want a nice clean. I know, first world problems. Does it matter? No. This is just me being picky, but so I'm going to utilize this space under the numbers for the weather. So I'm going to lay down all the stickers first, and then I'll write it in. Sunny on Tuesday. I mean, how is the weather where you guys are? Like, I am in Connecticut, and it can't decide. It still is struggling. Like, is it spring? Is it summer? Is it winter? It can't decide. So it's all over the place. Let's see. Wednesday's going to be cloudy. I don't have a lot going on this week. It's also weekend heavy, which is fine. This is going to be a great layout for like a great week to use this layout. So hopefully this won't be too long and chatty. Let's see, then Friday is going to be partly cloudy. I am having fun in this. Like normally, you know, once I started getting into ring planners at the end of last year, I mean, I love decorating, I love using stickers and washi and all that, but really ring planning is nice because I just use it as just like one big scratch pad. Like just, I can get as messy as I want in it and I don't care. I worry about the way it looks and stuff in like my memory keeping planner and stuff like that. You know, I want to make sure that I'm writing nice and I have like cute stuff in there, but when it comes to my ring planner, I don't care. It's all just chicken scratch. So this is fun. This is fun to like set up stuff like I used to. Okay, so weather's in. I will write it real quick. Nice. Okay, weather is done. I think the only other sticker I'm going to use is a this week sticker, like a script sticker. I think that's the only thing I'm going to use here. And I think I'm just going to put that here. Because I'll use this for to-dos. This bottom section here, I'll use that for to-dos. I'll probably make 2 lists. And I'm not going to add anything just yet. Actually, no, you know what? There's a couple of things I do need to do. Let me go back to my monthly. I do need to, my dog's monthly heartworm pill, flea and tick heartworm pill, all that. And then I need to contact our pharmacy. Okay, so that's it for now. As far as to-dos, I know other stuff will come up, but so far that's it. That's all I know so far. So I'm going to put in the events. I'm actually kind of excited about this because I don't have to stress about sticker placement. Last week, y'all, was stressful. I think that video was like 30 minutes long because I was like, you know, decision paralyzed because I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. This was just so much space and I'm not used to this much space. So this week is kind of nice because I'm like, oh, look, I just have to write down the basics. So I do know that on Wednesday is a half day at my kids' school. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Let's see. My daughter is in a Shakespeare production and their dress rehearsal is on Thursday. So when it comes to stuff like this, I don't know if you guys do this, but if I kind of use it like there's a timed outline here, like morning up here, afternoon and evening. Do you guys do that too? I mean, I know I could just put all events up here and then have the rest for a checklist, but I always feel like, what if I write something that's like 7 p.m. and then something happens I need to add at like 10 a.m. and now it's in a weird order. So I keep kind of like I don't know, like a mini timed thing in my head. I don't know if that makes sense. Because on Thursday, the dress rehearsal is at 6 p.m., which seems like, you know, it's later in the day. So I'm going to put it down here. Because that way, if anything else pops up earlier in the morning, I can add it above it and then it's in order, if that makes sense. I don't know. Is that strange? Do you guys do that? Or do you guys just put events up here and then to-do lists? I don't know. Then on Friday, we have an HVAC appointment. Got to get that thing serviced, y'all. It's about time. I'm struggling not to turn ours on already on the days that it's hot. I've been opening windows, but I'm like, is it time yet? No, it's not time yet. I'll hear my dad in my head going, not until June 1st. But we won't wait that long. Once we get this thing serviced, we'll probably start turning it on. So HVAC, and then performances, opening night from my kids' play. I'm so excited, y'all. She's been working so hard. They all have. My son was in a play. Actually, it was opening night was last night, and then it's tonight and tomorrow. And we went and saw it last night. It was incredible. It was so good. They did In the Heights, and it was so good. Everybody did such a good job. I'm just gonna abbreviate it. 2 gentlemen, and then there are more performances Saturday. I think I misspelled 2. That's fine. It don't matter. Oh, I also have a payment that is due on the 10th. I'll put that up here in the corner. So I need to make sure that gets done. And then I think that's it for plans, you guys. The only other thing I have left to do now is to put in, like here, what I did on this one, where I had it kind of like I wrote it out on each little section: the breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, steps, activity, and then Apple Watch. And then I also put a little checkbox for pills and vitamins. I think I'm going to do that on each one of these, but I'm not going to make you guys stick around for that because that would be kind of tedious. What I will do is I will do it off camera, and then at the end I'll show you, I'll turn it back on and I'll show you the way it looks with all those put in. So yeah, I mean, it's a really light week except for the weekends, and I mean, that's it. So I'll be back in just a minute, y'all. Okay, so I finished. I got almost everything in. I kind of forgot that when I put the daily check mark for my vitamins and pills that it would kind of take up one more space. So I did breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, activity, which I'm going to put how far I walked and then how many steps, and then Apple Watch. I did that for every day. And then I went ahead and highlighted the week. This is... Y'all, this is such a petty thing, but this is why I get frustrated when there's a mix of Sundays, like calendars, and then Monday weekly starts, because all the mini calendars and the monthly calendar are Sunday starts, and so, but your week is Monday. So I'm like, that's not helpful to me. I want them all to be Monday start. Or if you want to do Sunday start, fine, but then I'd probably not buy this planner. So yeah, that's my little mini calendar rant. But yeah, so this is how the week's turned out. As far as daily to-dos, I mean, I usually just keep one long running task list, so I don't really need to break it up like I did last week. I just kind of did that because I didn't know what else to do in the middle boxes. It was actually surprisingly helpful though. It was helpful to sit down in the morning and kind of fill in anything that I missed from the day before and look at my list and say, okay, one of these, what from what, you know, I'm sorry, I cannot speak. From this list, what can I do today? And so that was actually helpful. I did enjoy that part. So I think what I'll do here is I'll keep the running list here, but if there's anything that pops up that I'm like, oh, I really need to get that done, I'll just use my, you know, dot color marker and I'll just put it in here. I mean, I don't imagine many events popping up where I really have to reschedule things and start moving appointments around. That's not my life. So any to-dos, I'll just add it throughout the week, and I'm going to keep up with this like last week, and then I will show you the completed week next week when I do next week's plan with me, which is going to be the hourly. Ooh. Okay, I am excited about that. Although, you know what? We'll talk about it next week because I do have my issues with the hourly as well. I mean, when do I not have issues? Let's be honest. That's why I go chicken scratch in my ring planner now. Okay, so if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Okay, bye.